Hello Stampers, this is Super Awesome Stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, USA. In this video, I will show you how to create this hand stamp greeting card. It's part of my Suite of the Month for August 2021, where if you purchase the suite of products, which is the hand pen suite for August 2021, then I snail mail you my project kits for the month. In addition, you'll get a PDF of additional samples that you can create along with your suite products. So let's get started. So I'm in the US, so my base is an A2 card base, and Mint Macaron is my color. And the first thing that I'm going to do, though, since I've got my paper piercing mat out, is do a little stamping. And I've got my Memento ink pad, and this is a permanent ink pad, so make sure you don't get any of this ink on your clothes. Just making sure I got ink in the center, and then I am going to flip it over and stamp right there. Straight up and down, no rocking, firm and committed pressure. All right, and then through the power of television, you can see I've got one already die cut right there. And then before I close up my Memento ink pad, I'm going to bring in a couple of my pieces that I need to stamp. That piece and the inside piece right there. So for this piece, we've got a thanks towards the bottom. And since I have my sample card, I can line up my piece of paper to determine where I want to stamp my thanks, just towards the bottom. Okay, and then the inside piece, I've stamped the blossom, which is this piece. Now this inside piece is a basic white. It measures 5.5 by, let me check that right here, 3.5 inches. I wanted this one to give the inside piece to give the same kind of long feeling that the front gave. So that's why this piece was measured that way. And then the two pieces right here, those measure 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Let's just check that right there. Yep, 5 1/4. All right, and then we've got some more stamping to do. And I don't want to get my paper piercing mat, so I'm just grabbing paper piercing mat stained with Memento ink. So I'm just grabbing a scrap piece of paper, and then I'm going to stamp these at an angle. I had 5. You can do a random pattern if you'd like instead, but I wanted a symmetrical pattern. 5 along each edge. And I chose to remain just with the Memento ink for all my stamping for a crisp look. All right, that's it. So I'm going to cover that up. And the reason why I'm doing all my stamping first and covering that up is, like I said, that is a permanent ink. And I actually had to cover up some ink that I got right there, I think when I was slipping the lid shut. So these extra pieces that are in that die set are handy for covering up little oopsies. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Now, let's kind of move this aside a little bit. See where I'm at with all my pieces and start assembling a few pieces so I have less on my mat. So this is going to go on the inside. So I'm just eyeballing to the bottom, and that goes all the way to the top. And then this piece is going to go on our Pale Papaya piece of cardstock right here, and it flips up like that. So this measures the 5.5 by 3 inches. And then this layer next to it is just a 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 2.75 by 5 1/4. And I got this idea from a card I got in the mail all the way from Australia from Tracy Held. She participates in these Sweet of the Month shares as well. And her card was just, this flip up piece was just mounted on a single piece. I decided to make mine a double flip. So a flip up and a flip to the side. So there are 2 areas to write your thanks note. All right, before I tape this down, let's pull this back in. I've got a piece of this awesome new soft velvet and mint macaron. So before I do any more taping of that basic white down, I'm going to add my ribbon, because the ribbon I custom cut off. It's a piece of, the velvet is very substantial. It's not going to be easily tied. It's meant just to be a flat piece on your paper. So I'm using a bit of tear and tape to adhere it down. And I'm going to try to get that straight across my card. Yep, that looks straight. So now I'm going to just flip it over and take my paper snips and snip that off. So for a custom cut, I don't waste any ribbon. It has a nice clean look to it. All right, and then I can adhere this piece down. As long as I've got my tape runner going. This is the inside piece for the pale papaya flip up. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing. Again, it's a 1/4 inch smaller than that pale papaya piece. And put the piece of basic white in the inside as well. Just makes for a more finished look. Even though you certainly could see any writing on the pale papaya, it just makes for a more finished and elegant look. All right, so let's pull in all these pieces that I die cut and get those assembled. Now, here's the piece that I pre-cut. Your mini dimensionals work great to pop these up on these leaves. And you could use a regular dimensional over here. There we go. Get those out of the way. Okay, and pull these up. Make sure those little waste pieces get in the trash. Whew, I got all 4 of them in the trash bucket. All right, now I'm going to put that at an angle on the top. And then I'm going to grab my ring Costella. So it's going to be hard to see on camera, but it just kind of comes out, and if you don't see any sparklies, you just push on the push just for a second to squeeze some more out. But I found that gravity usually just works pretty good. And all I'm doing is going over that peony to make it sparkly. Let's see if you can see that. I'm going to push some more out. There. So it adds just a little bit of easy glimmer. Okay, now I've got all these pieces that I die cut, and you can do whatever you'd want with them. So I'm going to do something a little different than my sample here. I am actually going to take these little pieces that fell out when I did the leaves and figure out where they're going to go. So initially I needed to cover up a black smudge of Memento ink over there at the bottom, but ta-da, I didn't get any black smudges this time around. So now I'm just going to add some accents. And flip that over. And just follow the veins of the leaves. Let's see here. This one's the next one. Just doing a little bit of the green glue on there. And then I need one that faces to the upper right of the card. That one. So that just adds a little bit of extra glimmer there. Now I think I still want to add a center on that flower. I'm doing a small center this time. My sample card, I did the large one. And then my idea was to put this one in here. This four-leafed, is it a four-leafed? Yeah, four-leaf die cut. Okay. And maybe I'll put one of the large ones here. Just to give the recipient a little fun to look at when they open up all of these flaps. And then over here, we're going to put something inside or not. I think I'm just going to leave that one plain. So I've got a few pieces that we're going to do a little different. This piece right here. One of the nice things about this set is that they gave you multiples of the flowers. So you got 3 small flowers and 2 of the large flowers. Let's see. If I want a little one, or do I want a big one down there? I don't want it to overpower anything. How about just a little one? So I might have a couple of pieces for my sniblet bin, and that's okay. I don't mind sniblets. Oh, let's see if I can put this one on the inside. Do I like that there? No. I don't think I do. I kind of like the inside, just the black, the white, and the mint macaron. Add a comment and let me know if you think I should add some of the color to the inside. I don't think I like that. How about up here? There. Let's do that. And then I think I've got one large flower left, which I don't think's going to be going anywhere unless we put it right there. Do you like it right there? The last little detail would be adding some of our black and white baker's twine. This is part of a ribbon combo pack that carried over from last year. But since my card is all black and white with 2 colors, I thought it went really well with just kind of tying it shut, especially since this has got an extra little flippy flap that people aren't going to be used to getting. So I'm not sure what to call this card. Flippy flap? Does everybody like that name, the flippy flap? So there we go. So I recommend you tie your bow from your roll. And I wonder if I put that over the bow, I kind of like that. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna have to use a glue dot for that. And grab that glue dot kind of on that full part of the paper there. There, how's that? Got a little piece of green here. Nope, not going to use it. The only reason why I thought maybe I'd use it is because some of that glue dot is sticking through. So let's pull that back up. And so that glue dot is not sticking through and potentially getting stuck on the envelope, I'm going to wrap the glue dot back onto the cardstock so it's not peeking through the hole there. There we go. There we go. We got a card decorated 2 different ways. The flippy flap card is what I'll call it until somebody tells me it's a different name. So one way we put most everything on the front, all the flowers and the greenery. One way we accented the leaves and put a pale papaya blossom over our tied bow. All right, I'm going to go through all of the products. You kind of see, hopefully on the edge here, all of the pattern papers that are included in this suite. So for this card, I did not include any of the pattern paper. I had just a great time creating with just the black and white book. All right, here is the stamp set. So they still come with they still arrive between 2 sheets of plastic, and then you can peel them off and stick them on your acetate case. And a new thing this year is that they're printing the images on the cover sheets. Okay. All right, so I'll have to finish assembling that or putting that into the acetate case later. So hand penned Petals is the stamp set name. And then these are the rest of the dies in the die set. And the die set is called Pen Flowers. And then here are the products in the annual catalog. So page 104 to 105. So if you purchase this suite, item number 155503, I will mail you my 2 kits that are included in this Suite of the Month PDF. And then you finish assembling the kits with your products from the suite. And then the ribbons I used would be the Playful Pets Combo Trim Pack, that black and white, and also the Mint Macaron ribbon. And then the Memento ink pad is number 2 on page 129. And then I also used let's see here. The Winka Stella is over here on this page. Winka Stella's on page 128. Right here. It's peeking off the page right there. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my project for this hand-penned Suite of the Month. Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you are notified when I load new content. All right, thanks for watching. This is Super Awesome Stamper Shirley Merker. Bye.